All right, we're joined now by Notre Dame head coach Kevin Corrigan, players Chris Kavanaugh and Liam Entenmann following today's win over Georgetown. Coach, will start with an opening statement.
Just thrilled to get a W. Very good team, Georgetown, that knows themselves very well, and it's always difficult to play a team that has great self-awareness. And I think our guys did a great job of kind of matching that. We really didn't make anything easy for them today, well, until the last 5 or 6 minutes. but it was that kind of a game, and I just think Will Lynch and our kind of scrappiness played a big part in getting us a little bit of a lead, and then making it tough for them to come back.
Questions?
Coach, obviously you guys played this team earlier in the year. What were some adjustments that you guys had to make coming into this game?
The biggest adjustment was just to play better. I don't want to take anything away from them, but we know we did not play well in the first game. It was so early in the year, we didn't know whether we didn't play well or we just weren't any good. And so we were, we had to, luckily about 10 weeks since then to figure out that we can play better, and to understand why they were so effective in playing against us the first game. And like I said, I don't want to take anything away from them. They came out there and did their job and beat us, on our home court. So, I think our growing awareness of who we are and what we are and can be and want to be was the thing. It wasn't like some great strategic plan that we came up with, as much as I'd love to take credit for that.
Kevin, congratulations on a great win and advancing to the Final Four. You and I have been around the sport for a long time. Can you speak to the whole idea of physicality of your Dodgers, particularly the gentleman to your right, but the way guys lean in and the size factor, and then the ability, the versatility, to rocker step, inside roll, and to do those other things. How would you defend your?
You got to be kidding me! With 2 games left to play, you want me to tell you how to defend us, Richie? Come on. You know better.
In practice, you guys must get after it.
No, we don't. We're not talking about anything. We have. You know what we have? We have competitors, and we do get after it in practice. And so this time of year, one of the things I learned a long time ago from my assistant coach in college, Bruce Arena, was don't kill your team at the end of the year, right? If you've got the right guys, they need rest. They need to be excited to play, and they need to have something in the tank. So we try to make sure we do enough work to be prepared for the things we need to be prepared for, but we also trust that our guys compete like crazy, and I think that's where you see that physicality come out, whether it's ground balls or face-offs or dodging or whatever. That's inherent. That's who those guys are.
You guys have warriors, and that's a tribute to the coaching staff.
Yeah, it's a tribute to them.
For Kevin and Chris, how pivotal was that early second quarter sequence where you had 3 shots, first one was use a timeout, and then you score off the back-to-back turnovers to go 3 goals? How key did you feel that was to set the tone for the rest of the night?
I don't really look at that as being some massive turning point. I think again, when you see our guys play week in and week out, and you see the relentless competitiveness that they play with, you're kind of waiting for one of those. You're anticipating that you have the opportunity to get one of those because of the nature of the way we can create turnovers and so forth. But we have playmakers too, and they're not afraid. So.
Yeah, I think getting stops and getting the ball on our end. It's good to have Liam back there and our D stuck together today. So we got a good stop and get the ball to our end and go to the goal and get one in.
How sweet is this? We're at Hofstra in Nassau County. You got Point Lookout on one side of your coach. You got Rockville Center on the other side of you. 12 points from the Kavanaugh brothers. Riley Gray with a goal. And then what a job by Will Lynch at the face-off today. What's it feel? How good? This is for both of you guys, and too bad those 2 aren't in here. How good does it feel to be moving on to the Final Four next weekend after winning out here on Long Island?
Yeah, it feels great. I was a little 10-year-old kid coming here in 2014 when my brother scored the winning goal against Albany. So I don't know, going on to the field yesterday was pretty high nerves. It was pretty crazy, honestly, just busting into Hofstra, knowing I was a little kid, wishing I was out there playing with my brother, and then I got a chance to play with Pat. So it's everything a kid dreams of. Like this is what I thought of when I was a kid playing here, and it happened today, and it was a great team win. Sharing it with Liam and the rest of our team, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, really echoing what Chris just said. It was a surreal feeling. I mean, I was at the same game where Matt had that game winner against Albany, which I think is one of the best games ever played. Yeah, it was really cool. I think that we also, as exciting as it was, I think the Long Island guys and just everyone in general did a good job of not making it about Long Island, making it more about Georgetown at the same time, right? I mean, obviously it's an incredible venue, great location, and obviously meant a little bit more to the Long Island guys, I'd say. But I think that we did a really good job of keeping the attention where it was meant to be on a great team that beat us early on in the year. I think that that attention to detail and that presence of mind really showed itself today.
Chris, there obviously are a lot of things that your family hasn't accomplished at this school, but I think you set the postseason record today with 8 points. What does that mean to you to have that not?
Not much. It was a credit to my teammates on the offensive end. I was just on the other side of scoring goals. We had a great game plan coming into this game. I thought our coaching staff put us in a position to succeed. So it's just a credit of our team getting ready and putting forth a relentless effort today.
And then Liam, you had a point too. The assist.
I can't take any credit for that. That was a routine pass.
They gave you an assist on that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, routine pass to Marco, and then Marco was the one that canned it from 70 yards. So I really can't take any credit for that one. I'll take the point for sure, but yeah, I'm really happy for Marco. He's been unreal this year. He's been, especially last game against Albany, he was great in the transition game. I think he's playing some of his best across right now, and it's nice to add a goal to that resume for him.
For Liam and for Chris, as players now, you're returning to Philadelphia for the Final Four again. What are you kind of taking from last year, from the experience, the lessons you had a year ago, and bringing them kind of to help you this year as returning players to the Final?
One thing I learned last year is the moment's never too big. It's just another game. You got to go in there with a mindset that it's just another game. You got to play your game and get ready for that game. But just stay calm, cool, and collected, and never let the moment be too big is kind of the lesson that we're going to be preaching this upcoming week, and especially when we touch down in Philly.
Yeah, kind of going off what he just said. The field dimensions are the same, rules are the same. There's still 10 guys on the field for each team, so the nature of the game itself doesn't really change. Obviously, there's more people in the stands, more people watching, but you really got to tune that out. And I think we did a good job of that last year for sure. And I also think that one thing that we say to ourselves a lot is like, would you rather be here or would you rather be watching from your couch? I've experienced both. I've experienced watching Final Fours from my couch after being eliminated or not making the tournament, and I experienced the Final Four in person last year, and I would certainly say that it's better in person. So obviously there's maybe some pressure there, but it's really important to remember, like, this is what we play for, right? There's no backing down, and it's got to rise to the occasion, tune everything else out.
Liam, when you kind of look at from your perspective what your guys in front of you were doing, creating a lot of headaches for them, really for most of the game, what were you seeing? And obviously that's been a good chunk of the season that this has been going on. What do you think is kind of like what funnels into that?
Yeah, I just think that it's just buy-in from every single guy on our defense. I think that no one really cares who takes the credit. I think that our defense is really built on unselfishness. I think that's really important. And yeah, I mean, I think that, again, like Coach said, there's 5 minutes left. Things kind of started to unravel. But for the first 55 minutes of the game, there was hardly any shots on goal for me. They were giving me shots I wanted to see. Yeah, and everyone buys in. Everyone plays for each other. No one cares who takes the credit. So having those guys in front of me is incredible. Like Chris just said, it's all about the teammates. Nothing throughout the entire year, any individual accolade that anyone can have is a result of the team doing their job, and that's truly what we believe. And I think that's why we've had success.
Anybody else? Last one.
Chris, you mentioned just the nerves stepping on the field yesterday. Just how did you use those nerves for your benefit today, and how did you use those to stay aggressive throughout the game?
Well, we've been putting in work all year, so the job was done. We knew what we had to do. it comes with every game. You have nerves, but once you have that first hit in a game, I like to say, you get comfortable, get your feet wet. So, I mean, just getting your feet wet and getting the ball on your stick, having a touch or laying a big hit. That's how I get my nerves out of the way in the start of the game.
Thank you, guys.